It's rock and roll, baby.
It's rock and roll. Hey everyone, I'm Big Bender. Welcome back to a brand new reaction video. Today we've got Crypt again. We just did Sundays with Grandma and he liked it a lot, so we are back with another Crypt song. Let's see if Crypt can continue to impress my dad, because that last one, he's hard to impress. I gotta be honest, he's really hard to impress these days. But that last one did it for him, I think. So we got Bad Friend this time off of the same Buried Alive album. We're gonna be doing a few from this album just because there's a lot of songs on here that are, I think, reaction worthy, and this is one of them. So yeah, you got anything to say before we get into this?
He did. He got me. I told him in the last video, I said I'll listen to a few more. We'll give him a shot. Give him a shot.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready, baby.
Here we go.
Let's put.
All right.
Hold on. Deep breath.
Okay. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready now.
All right. 3, 2, 1, boom.
2:30 in the morning and I get a text from my friend. She said, I need you right now, and I already knew what that meant. See, me and this girl, we think alike. Too many phone calls spent for me to know she's thinking about her life and how it's gonna end. See, on the outside, we're happy, and we show it to the world, and we put on this fake exterior so the truth won't unfurl. But I know who she is, cause it's like looking in a mirror. All these smiles and cries for help, and it couldn't be any clearer. So I pick up the phone and call her as she answers through her cries. She's hyperventilating, telling me that she wants to die. My heart starts to race and my thoughts begin to blur. We're 9 hours apart, but I'm seconds from losing her. I try to calm her down and tell her what she means to me. Even though we're new friends, she's seen a side that no one sees. Told her, listen to my breaths, I'm right here, please breathe. You got so much left to do, stay here, don't leave. The cries got even louder as the breaths got short. I told her, listen to my words as I fell down to the floor. Stay with me, I'm here, let it out, it's okay. Just cry till you can't cry, no more tears down your face. A couple minutes went by and the crying finally stopped. But not because she did, because the phone call dropped. I called her back quick, just hoping I'd hear hello, but I just kept getting met with the sounds of those dial tones. I froze. What do you do in that moment? Do you call the police, or do you hope that she's over it? Get a hold of her parents and tell them the situation, just so they can pull her from college and end her aspirations. Leave it alone and hope it was just an escapade. Pray from a text from her in the morning saying that she's okay. Call anyone you know just to make sure that she's alive. Ignore it completely and pray to God that she survived. I let it go. She must have wanted to be alone. I guess that this was just another one of her episodes. She never told no one about this depression she dealt with, and who was I to air out her secrets? That would be selfish. So I lay down in my bed and I rested my head, closed my eyes and drifted peacefully to sleep. Then I dreamt that I would see her tomorrow and I would speak to her then, till I was woken to several missed calls and texts that she's dead. My heart broke. She downed a bottle of pills. She took them shortly after our call ended, and it felt surreal. She was a friend of many, a student athlete at her school, a daughter, a sister, a very special jewel. At the funeral, they told us that nobody had a clue that they could have saved her life, if only that they knew. And if someone at the funeral had ever felt depressed, to get some help so that your face won't ever end up in the press. There wasn't a dry face in the room, only 22 years old, an entire life in front of her, and now she's laying there cold. If only I'd called someone, we wouldn't be here now, and nobody would be sad, and I wouldn't feel like I let her down. But that's not what happened, cause instead of going to bed, I called every person I knew to check to make sure you weren't dead. I stayed up 7 hours praying every second of it, just hoping to get a text saying that you weren't heaven sent, but then I got it. You told me that I had no right, and blocked me on everything, and we ain't talked since that night. Was I a bad friend? Options? I had none. I guess I'd rather be a bad friend than a sad one.
Hey, is that the end of the song?
Yeah.
I got so into it all. I
See, I told you. That's one of the. Before you start talking about your thing, I just want to say I told him this already, and I've already heard this song. But that last line, I guess I'd rather be a bad friend than a sad one.
Yeah.
That's a good line. I'm. Go ahead.
I mean, I lost place of the song. Like I thought we're like halfway through it.
Yeah.
It's also an indicator of a song. So that's how into the song I was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Talks about
crazy.
He talks about some pretty deep shit.
I know he has a lot of songs like this, and it's just so interesting to me how emotionally invested you can get into his songs, because people need to. Some people can probably relate to this 100%. And some people just need to hear some of the stuff. I hate this chair. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it's
I'll tell you what, Santa Claus is bringing you a new chair for Christmas.
I just think that more people need to hear it. It's just, this has been one of my favorite songs from the album, along with Sunday with Grandma and stuff. Although that one makes me cry a lot, so I don't listen to that one as often as this one. But this one's more of a, it's another smooth listening song. It's just, he talks about some deep stuff, like you said. It's just, it's interesting to me.
Here's my take on the song, because he gives essentially two different ways it can be handled, and most of us, if you're old enough, some of you younger guys that listen to him, guys and gals that listen to him, you may not have experienced this, but chances are you may have, or at least by association. It may not be one of your close friends, but it may be a friend of a friend kind of thing, that somebody's taken their own life. And this is why it's so critical for you as a person. If there's anybody watching this now, or that watches him or listens to him, that has ever considered doing that themselves, this is what you need to really take into consideration. Obviously, I mean, the only thing that happens out of a situation like that is hurting every single person that gives a shit about you. And no good comes out of it. It does not remove problems, it creates more. And people are going to miss you. They're going to wonder, they're going to second guess every interaction they've had with you. Why didn't I see this coming? And things like that. So if you're feeling to that point, the people that are close to you, they want you to help. They want to help you. They want to get you what you need, whatever it may be. So put that on them. Put it on them. You may think, well, I don't need to bother anybody with this. You may think I'm not worth doing this for, or whatever the case may be. Trust me when I tell you, they want that problem. They want to deal with it. If somebody, I've dealt with at least probably 10 to 15 throughout the course of my life. And some were close, some were not so close, more like that friend by association kind of thing. But I would have dropped what I was doing. Like, I got a phone call. One was pretty close to me. I got a phone call. He was in the hospital getting mental health treatment, and they called me up. I was his boss at the time, and they said, "Hey, he's having an issue. He's threatened. He has the means, which means he has a gun, and he's threatening to kill himself." And they got him, but they did manage to get him to the hospital. It was like 3 a.m, and I had already put in a full day of work. I had just gone to bed because I'm a late guy anyway. So I got up out of my ass out of bed, and I went straight to the hospital. And we talked for like 4 or 5 hours. And, maybe it had some kind of lasting impact. Maybe it didn't, but that was like 6 years ago, and he's still around today. So I think something positive going on.
Yeah.
But that's what people that are close to you will do. They will drop what they are doing to help you. Mm-hmm. And they want that responsibility, because I promise they'd rather have that responsibility than making funeral arrangements the next week.
Yeah.
So put it on them. That's what friends are here for. Support and help. And then, like you said, the way it closes out with being the bad friend, because you had no right to put my business out there.
That's a struggle.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
You can ban me for life, from your entire existence if you want to, as long as you stay alive. And that's fine. Yeah. That's the price we'll pay. If you're a good friend, the good ones. That's how you know if you got a ride or die person right there. No matter what. And they'll take the hits. They'll take the criticism. They'll take the hits. They'll take the blame. Because that means you're not taking it. And you don't need to be taking it at that point. So, the funny thing is, that's the best friend you could ever have. The bad friend is the best friend. You know what I mean?
If you look at it that way, yeah.
I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Because like you said, I'd rather be a bad friend than a sad friend, because he would have been heartbroken over if that person had taken their life.
True. So,
that's fine. But hopefully, down the road, that person realizes that he actually saved them.
Yeah.
So, that's just the way it is. You keep quiet, and they take their own life. I mean, how are you gonna? I couldn't reconcile that. I didn't take every effort. I dealt with suicidal people that I don't even know. And tried to talk them down out of whatever situation they were in. So, if I'll do that for somebody I don't even freaking know, imagine what I'll do for somebody I love. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and he mentioned at one point in the song, like you said, whenever at the part where can I just say this too, that he's a great storyteller? Are you done? Oh, Cowboys.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Let the hate flow.
God. This is a YouTube channel, Dad. Come on. This isn't Twitter.
Oh, we're gonna get a comment. Cowboys suck.
No, that's fine.
Cowgirls. That's coming.
But
You
yeah,
watch it. You watch.
I believe you. Yeah, I know people will like that for whatever reason. But Crypt is a amazing storyteller. Like he said, he was into this song, and that's part of the reason is because of the way he tells the story. And at the part where when the phone call got dropped, and he was contemplating calling the police, or what does he do? Does he just go to sleep and wait for the morning? I bet a lot of people go through that. Like, is it better for me to just let it go? Or is it better for them to just let it go? Is it better for me to call someone? And I get the whole idea of, like, you're a bad person because you put all my business out there, but like you said, that's what saved your life. And yeah, you want to call him a bad friend, sure, but in the long run, you're still alive, and he's not heartbroken over the death of a loved one. So I see that as a win, anyways. So that's just number one.
I'll tell you a story.
Okay.
We're 11 minutes. No, it's a simple story.
Okay.
About how close you can be to somebody and not realize what the hell is going on. All right, so a situation came up. Well, it's hard to tell the story. I don't really disclose or really get into what I do for a living. Most of you probably guess. We're probably pretty close. But anyway, there was a situation where a female was. Usually, when people that threaten suicide online, it's always people feel kind of weird about it. It's like, well, they just want trying to get attention or whatever the case may be, So maybe people don't always take it as serious as they should. But I'd rather take it too seriously than not seriously. Yeah. So there's this girl, she's threatening to kill herself online. I found out about it. And I found out the social media that she was using to make these things. I went through it and I saw like 4 different addresses this person was. And luckily, the very first address I went to was where she was. I knocked on the door and I answered the door. I said, hey, I'm such and such. Is this person here? I said, yeah, she's in like the back room. I said, do you mind if we come in and speak with her real quick? And so we went in, and sure enough, she was in the bathtub, had already sliced her wrist and was having convulsions. So she was sitting there, lying in her bathroom, waiting to die with like 6 people that she is family with. In the house. I mean, she was in the bathroom with a locked door. So we called the paramedics. Paramedics came in there, and she lived. Where it went from there, I don't know. That gets beyond me, but that's just how close you can be to somebody and not know what the hell is going on with them. So you got to really, and I didn't even know this person. I just had information that I knew I could help somebody, and was able to track them down. So that's what I do. So
it's crazy.
It is crazy. So
always even if nothing's going on, always make sure that your friends or family are just okay. It's okay to ask them how you feeling every now and then. I'm serious.
Well, I know, because I do that to him all the time. I know when he's stressed. He wears it on his face. I mean, he cannot hide emotion in his life. Yeah, no. He does not lie very well. He does not do none of that. Anything that's bothering him, you can see it a mile away. So when I see that mode come over him, and he'll either tell me about it or he'll be like, give me the old, I'm fine. And he'll come in like an hour later. So, okay, I got an issue with this. And we have that kind of relationship. He can come to me anytime. And I'm not judging him for it. I very seldom lecture him about why something is more than how to avoid it in the future. I do try to use it as a teaching moment without making him feel too bad about being whatever situation he's in. Yeah. It's a line. I'm sure sometimes I cross it and I end up making him feel like shit. But that's not the intent. Yeah. It's not the intent. Yeah. We've all made mistakes. And the only reason why I know the answer is because I probably made the mistake myself in the past. So
yeah, we're almost the same. Man. Like when you were young.
You got way more.
I swear I looked just like you did when you were younger. I'm just saying.
You look a lot alike. I'm maybe I'll get a picture of me when I was his age.
Dude, I swear I thought I was a time traveler. I saw a picture of you from when you were my age and you had like the mullet. Imagine him with the mullet, guys. That's funny. I thought it was me, actually. You were like cutting the cake.
I don't think I like it.
You're cutting the cake. It looked like me. Anyway, that's not the point.
Anyway.
We're similar, though. We're very similar.
Actually, it's funny because Jeremy said something about that at the lake day. when you gave his speech. He's like, that's the first time I've really seen your personality in him at all.
I know, right? I felt like you.
He's good though.
Okay.
No, he's got way more potential than I do, way more opportunities. So I'm just trying to make.
Well, now I do.
I'm just trying to make sure you realize it is all.
So yeah, is that all you guys say or anything else?
No, man.
Like they tried a story in there.
Yeah, we really didn't talk about the song itself because it's again, if I'm letting a song just play, by the time we break up for various reasons, because he'll say some lines in there where you just gotta stop it and say something,
Yeah.
The 2 songs we checked out by his guy is much more emotional. And I feel like if you stop it, you're breaking that message. You're breaking the message that he's trying to get through in the song.
It's a story.
I don't want to break it up.
It's like when you're listening to someone tell a story at a campfire, you don't want someone to keep on interrupting.
Yeah, you don't want somebody hitting the space bar.
Like, I mean, come on, you want to listen to the whole thing all at once, or else that takes away from the immersion. So, and the fact that we didn't pause it a single time proves that just made it that much more enjoyable for him because he was into it.
Place. I thought it still had 4 minutes left or whatever. I was like, what?
And he makes a lot of songs like that, and that's what I love about not only him but these other guys that I listen to. Is a lot of these songs that I like by these artists are, and like he said in the last episode, if you haven't seen that, go check it out. He said the more of the independent artists are the ones that usually do the thoughtful stuff. And that's, I think, because sometimes, labels can control what you say, what you do, when you put it out, how to do it. These guys don't have any of that. They do what they want. We are their label. We are the ones that help them through everything. And so it's just that they don't do it necessarily for the money, right? And so they will say how they feel and what they feel because no one can tell them otherwise besides like themselves, really, or people that hate. They're not going to listen to people that hate, though. And they are the ones that can like say the more thoughtful stuff because might as well, right? Might as well get stuff off your chest. And I respect them all the more for it. So yeah, that's really all I gotta say about the thoughtful songs. So that's what I love about I have maybe one person that's mainstream that I listen to. That's it. Consistently, at least. Everyone else has no label, independent. They make thoughtful songs. They make what they want. And
I'd say I wish we had this kind of access to different musicians and things when I was growing up.
Spotify makes it easy.
Exactly. Because you don't know how many talented people got overlooked back in the 80s, 90s, 70s.
Yeah.
It's
sad
you had to have somebody putting your music out.
Yeah, it's sad that you have to sell your soul for publicity. These people...
I wouldn't say that anybody's more lucky today, but I'm thankful, and I'm sure they are too, that we have platforms that people can get on and just do their own thing and not have to, they can do this for the rest of their life. And they may never be, I don't know what the money they make is off of this, or they may never be super rich, but they're doing what they want to do and making
that. I think,
so
honestly,
I think that speaks, that's way more.
That's more important. Yeah, I think that doing what you want is more
I want them to get their dreams. Though.
It would be nice to, it'd be nice to do what you want and make more money, but if I had to choose, I want to do what I want, It's just, that's just me, but that's also how they are, so I appreciate all that. So, anything else to say?
Good. It's another good song, Crypt.
We're going to do another one.
I'm going to give you another one.
We're going to do a few more because there's a lot of songs on here that are the smoother songs. And there are some sort of, he doesn't have any really fast songs on here, if I'm honest, but, we'll get there. So, anything else to say?
I'm good.
All right, we're going to wrap it up then. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Let us know what you thought of the song. Let us know what you want us to react to next. Let me know if you like the Crypt reactions, because so far, I can tell you right now, I'm enjoying them a lot. Even though I've heard the songs, I'm enjoying hearing what he has to say. I'm enjoying
good songs.
I'm glad that he's actually enjoying the stuff, so this makes it more enjoyable for both of us. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, please like, subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Peace.